That was about 5 minutes of a front rack squat hold. It's only 5:06 a.m. This is how you start your day if you're interested in fixing your life. Are you off track, away from your goals, not making progress towards the life you want? This is it. Join us, create a morning routine, make progress every day. You don't change your life overnight, you change it one progressive step at a time. Stick around after the workout for moments of clarity, where I'm going to tell you why you should be failing more often. Now, failure is not a bad thing. The idea of a prodigy is a lie. There's no person that is born and is automatically the best at something. What you don't see is the behind the scenes work of them practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing and making mistakes. But first, check a little clip of my life. Enjoy your squats. I don't know if this is gonna fit. Holy shit. Shit. I lost it. I just kicked my ass. Good morning. Welcome to day 23 of the 5 a.m. squat club. Thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully, if you were on a similar path to myself, you've gotten away from your goals and dreams, you look at your life and it doesn't seem like what your child self would have dreamed of. This is the way to make a change. You create a routine, you create a habit, you intentionally choose where you want to end up. So, we're going to do some pause front squats this morning. But before we do that, we'll warm up the body. And we'll do our affirmations to warm up the mind and make ourselves mentally uncomfortable. Prime our thoughts for the day. If you want to follow along with the warm-up, feel free. I'm going to do some of these hip flexor warm-ups or knee raises, keeping the spine neutral. I'm going to do some good mornings, get the hips warm in the back. I'm going to do some lunges, some burpees, and some squats. You can make up whatever you'd like, or do the same thing as me. As we do that, we'll talk to ourselves. I am responsible. Today I choose to be happy. Something wonderful is about to happen. I have all I need to succeed today. I will focus on progress, not perfection. I choose gratitude. And there are days where I think that I should probably add or subtract to those. I'm often reminded that I should put something in about, maybe today I choose to be kind or empathetic. And I know I shouldn't laugh about that, but that is one that I struggle with. I find it struggle to be empathetic when people make bad choices, where it was up to you, and I don't know, I don't want someone to feel bad for me if I make a dumb decision when I had all the information to make a better one. And when I chose to do something stupid, I don't want you to feel bad for me. I don't know, you may learn through this that I'm a little bit, cold. Or just... So, that being said, maybe that's something that I should add in. I see the world differently than a lot of people, I think. Hopefully it doesn't offend you, but our whole modern society makes me think we're going in the wrong direction, to be honest. Going back to the old ways a little bit of small communities, growing your own food, caring for your land, raising your kids outdoors. That appeals to me. The idea of 10,000 hours outside for your kids, let them play. Don't shove them in a desk. I know we're getting off topic here, but you're going to get some of me in this too. So maybe we'll go through mine again. I am responsible. Today, I choose to be happy, maybe, and kind. Something wonderful is about to happen. I have all I need to succeed today. I will focus on progress, not perfection. I choose gratitude. Just going to throw a little bit more of my thoughts in here. If you are someone, just like me in this, it's looking to get off the hamster wheel in more ways than one and take back your life. Here we're creating habits. I make sure that after I wake up and work out at 5 a.m., that before the world wakes up, I go and get work done so I ensure progress. Where was I going with that? I lost my train of thought. Oh, right. That being said, if your health is way off track, morning routine is important, exercise is important, but getting off the standard American diet, or whatever your country in, if you eat a lot of processed foods and carbohydrates, that's going to make a bigger change. If you're eating a lot of refined foods, or just carbohydrates in general, you're going to be sluggish, potentially overweight, low energy, potentially disease prone. So as much as this is counter what the government is telling us to eat like you lived 200 years ago. Meat, lots of fatty meat, red meat specifically. Ideally it's raised regeneratively. Eggs, lots of protein, maybe a little bit of fruit and veggies. All right, off topic. Those of you that skipped ahead, good morning. Welcome to day 23 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club, where we're changing our lives together. If you're off track, get with us. If you haven't yet, subscribe. Let's pass this to more people. Let's share this. Let's tell YouTube that this is a valuable service. And let's do this together. So what we're going to do this morning is a pause front squat. This is the second time we've done a pause squat. The first time I think I wore the vest. This is going to be super different with the bar sitting on the front rack position, making it a little bit harder to breathe. Plus, it's just going to be a little bit heavier. So you can do whatever. Option one could be, get out a chair. I know I'm pointing to a chair. You don't see a chair. Hover over the chair for the duration. Obviously, you could choose a smaller time duration. What I think I'm going to do is aim for 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off for 10 minutes. So you could do shorter than 30 seconds. You could try to do 10 seconds over your chair. If you can work your way up to 20 or 30 seconds and it's too easy, add some weight. Here's a med ball. You could hold that in front. You could hold a dumbbell. You could hold a book, a child, backpack, whatever. If you got a barbell, another great option. It's going to make it harder to breathe. So if you haven't done your warm up, pause the video, go get warmed up because you don't want to do this cold. This is going to give us some time to think in the bottom, some time to grind our teeth, hopefully not, but to dig in and get uncomfortable. So what that'll look like, you can always do it with a PVC if you don't have a barbell, if you want to do the front rack. Get the barbell under the chin, get the elbows high, stay in an active squat versus a relaxed one. We're going to hold there. I haven't picked up the barbell yet, so maybe a little bit unpleasant, but it is what it is. So let's do this. 5 a.m. squat club, front squat, pause, front squat. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go. This first one will go a little long. Wow. Oh, okay. Oh, this is so much harder than the other one. Wow. Okay. I'm not going to move. I'm just stay here. That is. Sorry about that on the microphone. Maybe more like 20 seconds. Oh my God. Oh. I feel like I don't know if that's wussing out, but holy. Jeez. That's not banging the mic too much. Hey, dog. The stand at the end. Wow. That's 3 down. I'm a little nervous about this. Not like the most out of breath, but that's scary. I may not be able to maintain this. This is, so much harder than that first pause squat one. Burns the shoulders too. It's 5. Halfway. It's getting easier to wake up early. You getting up early? It's not important just to work out. It's important to get up early. That's the point. Before everybody else does. This is so uncomfortable. There's 6. Maybe I'll try to go for 30. Again, the last 4. The shoulders are fried. Oh, I feel better and better every freaking minute. Seven. 3 more to go. And a couple extra seconds there. Shoulders are burning. Heart rate is bumping in my head. I can't deny being alive there. 3 more. Oh, that's 8. Oh, this is killing me. 2 more. Oh God, I can't stand still. My legs are so tight. They're pumped. Oh, 10. Great job. Another one down. I find that extremely tiring on the shoulders, just holding that front rack. That was definitely a better challenge than the first time we did the front or the pause squats there. 30 seconds became more or less unrealistic by the end. That's the one. Hopefully I didn't bang the mic too many times with the barbell. So what I want to talk about today is the idea of failure and how we're taught in school to avoid the red X. Avoid making a mistake, avoid getting it wrong, because this is the right answer and you want to study because it's on the test and you want to get that answer. But what I've learned in life is that that's not how you make progress. Progress definitely doesn't happen from you hitting perfection, whatever that means. It comes from making progress every day. It comes from falling down, failing forward, making mistakes, and then consciously deciding to learn from those mistakes. Not just repeating them over and over again, because that's just one step above failure. And you iterate and you improve. And maybe you don't always make it linearly. Maybe it's a little bit of up and down where you make some progress and then you fall back and then you make progress. And ideally over time, it's moving in a positive direction. But the only way to do that is by making mistakes and failing forward and making change and progressing intentionally from there. You know, I know this is in an upcoming video, but the idea of a prodigy is a lie. There's no person that is born and is automatically the best at something. What you don't see is the behind the scenes work of them practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing and making mistakes. You won't make progress if you don't make mistakes because you get set in your ways that you're doing it right. But when you make mistakes or failure, you realize that, I might need to adjust my course. I might need to learn from this and make progress moving forward. The only real failure is not trying to problem solve at all or not trying at all, right? So when you just accept and you don't take that leap, which may lead to failure or error or having to try again, a mistake, then you don't make progress. So remember, you're either growing or you're dying. And in order to grow, you need to fail. So don't be afraid to make a mistake. Get that out of your mindset that you were taught in school that you shouldn't fail and you shouldn't screw anything up, because screwing up and failing and making mistakes is how we grow. I made a lot of them. I continue to make them, but that's how we get better. Hopefully we just don't repeat the same ones over and over again. If you've stuck around this long, thank you so much. I hope that you're on this journey with us. And we can support each other. We can do this together. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Let's spread this word. Love you guys. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Squat Club. Morning, Pooch.